Hi, I'm Gunner Quinn from St Helens. I'm a handyman and general maintenance at a sports complex. It's weird because when when you tell some people what you do, it's like you just get called a toy soldier. Basically, that's what you get called. But others like congratulating, like you get people shaking around and stuff, saying, "Oh, well in for doing what you're doing," because people tend to they sort of say that we aren't anything really in ways. What they don't see is a regular has a job Monday to Friday and then they get most weekends off. Whereas a reservist, we have our own jobs Monday to Friday and then we do this extra on a Saturday and Sunday, so we don't get breaks, if that makes sense to you. I think it's all the way it's been changed publicly and stuff, like since it's changed from the TA to the reserves. Because the TA was just called you just Territorial Army, wasn't it? Territorial Army. Whereas now it's the reserves, because we are a reserve unit. If the regulars need anyone, we're there to fill the spaces. So, yeah, I do, because I think there's more commitment there. Like I said before, like we work Monday to Friday, and then on top of that, we're doing the army through the weekend. So, the commitment's there. Plus, they've got someone to fall back on as well, haven't they? Like I said, reserves used to train with reserves. They used to go on different courses with reserves, and that was it. But now it's all integrated now we're actually doing it with regulars. Like our training isn't 14-week long, but what we have to do is, because we have jobs, we get them squeezed into like 2-3 week courses. So we have a major overload rather than a steady of getting to learn it. We get it all crammed in, so we've got to learn it. Yeah, there's conflicts everywhere, isn't there? There's always going to be war. That's just the way the human head works, to be honest. So you know what you know when you sign that piece of paper, you know what you're getting yourself in for. It's inevitable. It's going to happen one day. Looking into things, yeah, and like when you see things on telly and stuff. I never watched the news until I joined. And then you read certain things on the internet and other stuff like that, and you're like, did we really have to go there and do things like that? But I don't know. It was what it was, and it's over now, and it's all. Well, if you disagree with stuff, you have the right to say, listen, I'm not really too sure about that. That goes against something I believe in, and then obviously they talk to you, and then it's like. It's like they can't just say like, I've got dog poo on my shoe, I want you to clean that off. Just because you get told to do it doesn't mean you have to do it. Cause I'd be like, well, there's no real reason for me to do that, why can't you do it yourself, sort of thing, you know what I mean? So, I should hope so. Because through training, you learn part of that. You learn your sea drills. Courage, discipline, respect for others, integrity, loyalty and selfless commitment. They basically all six tie into each other anyway. So you can't really explain one without bringing the others in. It's basically just about being a good human being, basically. Do you have the courage to stand up to others? Do you have the courage to walk away from something that has nothing to do with you? Your discipline, that ties in with that. But it can be anything from army life to civilian life, to be honest. It's like discipline. I get up every day and I go to work. The same. I get up and I come to here. Your integrity. Every human being needs integrity. Because without that, what would we be? You've got to have the guts to stand up and say, yeah, alright, I did make a mistake, or that old lady, you shouldn't be doing that to old lady. Do you know what I mean? Give her a bag back. Loyalty. Everyone needs loyalty. From the smallest companies to the biggest companies to the army, which is like a major company in it, really, to be honest. Selfless commitment. You have that in everyday life. So even though you get taught it with the army, it still counteracts with your natural human life, to be honest. So, yeah, you should really have the courage to stand up to someone and say, listen, that's not right, that. Yeah. It's hard to explain because you use them every day, to be honest. I'm trying to think, it's like things like selfless commitments. Like with the army, they say, would you give when you put your life on the line and stuff. That's the extreme side of it. But the lower end, it's like, I don't know, you could be on a day shift and you've got a friend's birthday party on a night and someone says, listen, I've got an emergency at home, I can't do the night shift. Will you do me a favour and swap my day shift for my night shift? You say, yeah, go ahead. That's like selfless commitments and stuff like that. It is the lower scale, but it's still... It's like courage walking down the street and you see, I don't know, you see someone getting mugged and stuff. It's like some people could just turn back and walk away. Or do you have the courage to stand up? Or even kids getting bullied in school. Or do you join in and laugh at everyone else? Or do you have the courage to stand up and say, listen mate, do you know what, you're bullying him, you better pack it in, that's not nice. And with every single one of your sea drills, it comes into things like that. So it's really easy to intertwine it in both. So that's the good thing about the army, to be honest, because I can't know what's the word for it. It makes you a better person, basically. It has with me anyway. I've progressed so much as a human being since I've been in, like. But, yeah. Definitely. Because they improve you as a person. It's not all, like, necessarily you're a robot, you do this, you do that, you do this, you do that. You get to bring your own little personality into everything. You get to do great things. You can go great places, to be honest. Me personally, I've met a range of people that if I was walking down the street, I may not even speak to. Or if I'm at a pub, you'd never think twice about speaking to. You think, oh, they're not like me. But you meet so many. I've made so many friends. It's unreal, like, to be honest. 'Cause, yeah, I would definitely